You just paid $7 for a bottle of water. Not because you were thirsty enough to justify it, not because it was the best price. You paid it because walking 10 more feet felt like too much effort. That's not a one-time slip. That's a pattern running quietly through almost every purchase you make, and it might be the single most expensive habit in your entire budget. A delivery fee instead of driving 10 minutes. A skip-the-line upgrade instead of waiting 5 extra minutes. A subscription instead of comparing prices for 2 minutes. Individually, none of these charges look like a problem. Stack them across a year, though, and you'll find something that isn't laziness at all. Last time, we talked about how buy now, pay forever makes debt invisible. Today, we're exposing its cousin, the trick that convinces you to pay almost anything without question just to avoid one small inconvenience. This is the convenience premium, and you're paying it right now, somewhere, without even noticing. Here's a question that should bother you more than it does. Why are you willing to pay double, sometimes triple, for the exact same product, just because someone made it slightly easier to get? The convenience premium is the extra amount people are willing to pay to avoid a small amount of effort, time, or friction, even when that effort would cost them almost nothing. It shows up everywhere. Paying triple for bottled water at an airport instead of carrying an empty bottle through security? Paying a delivery markup that's higher than the item itself? Paying for premium checkout lanes that save you 90 seconds? Here's what makes this different from ordinary bad spending. You're not being tricked about the price. You can see the markup clearly. You know it's more expensive. You pay it anyway. Because in the moment, avoiding friction feels like it matters more than saving money. And companies have learned exactly how much that feeling is worth to you. Somewhere, a team of very smart people has calculated the exact dollar amount it takes to make you stop thinking. That number is your convenience premium, and they found it by studying something surprisingly simple. Here's why convenience is so easy to overpay for. Economists call this friction cost, the mental and physical effort required to complete a task. Your brain treats friction almost like a form of pain, even when the friction itself is tiny and harmless. Waiting in line for 5 minutes, walking to a different store, comparing 2 delivery apps. None of these things are actually difficult, but your brain still registers them as a cost, and it turns out a cost your brain is often willing to overpay to eliminate. Businesses have figured this out completely. The entire delivery economy, express lanes, subscription auto renewals, one-click checkout. These aren't just conveniences, they're friction removal products, priced specifically against how much you hate friction, not against what the service actually costs to provide. The lower the friction gets, the higher the price can go. Because the thing you're really paying for isn't the product, it's the relief of not having to think about it. Here's the number that should genuinely alarm you. Some households spend more per year avoiding minor inconveniences than they spend on their actual emergency fund. This matters because convenience charges are almost invisible individually, but massive in aggregate. A $5 delivery fee here, a $2 convenience surcharge there, a slightly more expensive subscription because canceling the cheaper one felt like a hassle. None of these register as real spending in the moment. But stack them across groceries, entertainment, transportation, and everyday purchases, and the convenience premium can easily add up to hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars a year, all paid for effort you are fully capable of doing yourself. And here's the part that stings the most. None of that money went toward anything you'll remember. Nobody looks back fondly on the time they avoided a 4-minute walk to save on a delivery fee. It's spending with zero lasting value, purely the cost of temporary comfort. Researchers have actually pinpointed the exact moment of the day you're most likely to overpay for convenience, and it's probably happening to you within the next few hours. Behavioral economists studying time versus money trade-offs have found that people frequently overvalue small time savings relative to the money spent to get them, especially when the decision is framed as immediate and low effort, like a single tap on an app. Delivery and gig economy platforms rely heavily on this. Research on food delivery pricing shows markups routinely running well above in-store prices, yet order volume keeps climbing because the transaction is optimized to remove friction, not to minimize cost. There's also a well-documented pattern called decision fatigue. The more small decisions you make in a day, the more likely you are to default to the easiest option later on, regardless of price. Convenience premiums cluster at exactly those decision fatigue moments: end of a long day, right before a meal, right after work. In other words, the convenience premium isn't randomly distributed across your day. It's concentrated at the exact moments your willpower is lowest. Good news! None of this requires willpower you don't have. It just requires catching yourself at 5 specific moments. So how do you keep convenience from quietly draining your budget? Here are 5 ways to fight back. Number 1. Name the real cost before you pay it. Before tapping Confirm, ask specifically what you're paying extra for, not the item, the convenience itself, and whether that amount is honestly worth it. Number 2. Build in a small delay for non-urgent convenience purchases. A 10-minute pause before ordering delivery, subscribing, or upgrading is often enough for the urgency to fade and the real decision to take over. Number 3. Track convenience spending as its own category for 1 month. Delivery fees, express charges, subscription upgrades, group them together and look at the total. Most people are surprised by how large that single category becomes. Number 4. Pre-plan for predictable friction. If you know Friday nights always end in expensive delivery, batch cook or pre-order groceries earlier in the week. Remove the friction before decision fatigue sets in, instead of paying to remove it after. Number 5. Separate worth it from easy. Some convenience is genuinely worth paying for. Your time really can be more valuable than the fee. The goal isn't to eliminate convenience spending, it's to make sure you're choosing it rather than defaulting to it. Here's the strange thing about the convenience premium. It doesn't feel like overspending while it's happening. It feels like relief. A little friction removed, a little stress avoided. Multiply that feeling by a few hundred small decisions a year, and you get a bill nobody remembers agreeing to. The tomorrow tax steals from your future. Buy now, pay forever hides the true cost of today. The convenience premium does something quieter. It charges you for the discomfort of simply having to think, even for a moment, about your own money. Sometimes the most valuable thing you can do with your money is just pause long enough to notice you're spending it. If this made you rethink your last delivery order, hit subscribe. We're building a real map of the psychology that keeps smart people broke, one trap at a time. But there's one more trap waiting right behind this one. The one that convinces you to spend more simply because everyone around you seems to be spending more too. Next time, we're exposing the comparison trap.